Hello guys, welcome back. BushCraft here with another video. Easter is upon us, and a lot of times, church and everything, they talk about, resurrection of Jesus, the gifts he gives us with salvation, eternal life, and things like that. But there's a lot more. There's a lot more in this story than just, the normal. You read it in the Bible, John 20, verse 7, Mary Magdalene comes, and early Sunday morning, still dark out, she noticed the stone in front of the tomb was open. She hurries and tells the disciples. Simon Peter and others go, and they look inside. Jesus is gone. His burial linen is tossed to the side. But a napkin. Yes, a napkin. I don't know what they're called. It's a face thing. It goes over their head when they're buried and stuff. But we'll call it a napkin because that's how it's portrayed. And it says napkin was folded and placed next to where his head would have been on the casket or the tomb or whatever they used back then. Now, most of us don't really pay attention to it. It's just part of the story, you don't think about it. But it sticks out. That napkin was neatly folded and placed at the head of the stony coffin. Why did they put that in there? Is it just a little filler to describe the scene or whatever? Or did it mean something? Well, that's where we're going. We're going to go and dig a little bit deeper. Like our friend Bigfoot would say, let's dig a little deeper. Now, let's go back a little bit to the times, I guess you would say. Hebrew tradition back in them days. Every Jewish boy knew this tradition. There was a master and a servant. Now, when the master was sitting down, eating his supper and dinner and stuff, the servant stood by in case he was needed. Now, if the master got up, wiped his face, and crumbled up the napkin and threw it onto his plate, the servant would know he is done. He's done. It's time to clean up the table, get everything cleaned up and whatnot. But the other part of this, pay attention. If the servant got up and folded his napkin and placed it on the table next to his dish, that meant the master was coming back to the table. He wasn't finished. See? Did you pay attention? Back in them days, it meant when the master wasn't finished with his meal, or he wasn't finished, he would fold up his napkin and place it next to his plate. That told the servant that whatever the master was doing, be it going to the bathroom, answering a door, whatever the case may be, he was coming back. He wasn't done with his plate to leave it there and wait for him to return. So, what's that mean? Folded napkin meant Jesus is coming back. He's not done. I know it's kind of a little weird story, but it's true. You go back in those times and look at the traditions and stuff. That's what it meant. Just a folded up napkin. What could that mean? Just a folded. Why put that in the Bible unless it meant something? It means he's coming back. He's coming back for his faithful servants. So what do you want to be? Just a little something I thought that I wanted to share. I've talked about it a little bit here and there with other people and whatnot, and I thought it was a really interesting little take on something that just gets overlooked. The folded up napkin. I think it has a lot to say. He's not finished. Not finished at all. Until next time, God bless.